what makes a good life, how to live a good life. Open up to spirituality in life. Acknowledge a spiritual dimension. What do we do so wrong? Mostly is that we focus so much on this one physical reality that we perceive, and we say to ourselves, we convince ourselves that there is nothing but this. There is nothing else but this one physical reality, this one cycle from birth to death, and we have to make the most of it, and no matter how we struggle, no matter how we strive, no matter what happens to us, good and bad, and a lot of bad, and a lot of struggle, and a lot of fear, and a lot of anxiety, and a lot of all sorts of things mixed with good things, we think that there is all there is, that there is nothing else. That's why everything becomes so very important. Everything becomes so very desperate in a way, because we just created somehow this sort of fanatic belief that this is all there is, that this perceived physical reality is all there is. But stop for a moment, allow yourself that there is more to life than this physical reality, perceived physical reality or experience of physical reality. There is more to life. There is a spiritual dimension to life. Now, what is spiritual? Spiritual is non-physical. Non-physical, that's all there is. We don't need to define it anymore, just non-physical. There is non-physical aspect to this life we live now, not the afterlife, not the life that is somewhere else with some other God or whatever we call it, but this life now. It is not just the perceived physical reality, there is a spiritual side to it. And if we put a little bit of focus on that spiritual side of it, our life will just open up totally. The new dimensions of life will open up. Our experience of what life is will enhance immensely. It will become much more peaceful, much more balanced, much more joyful, much more steady. You know, it's just unbelievable what happens the moment you allow yourself to recognize the spiritual dimension to life. Life is not just the physical experience of life. It's what we might convince ourselves that is. Although we all do have this tiny drop in ourselves. I always say that we all have this tiny drop of awareness in ourselves that there is a spiritual dimension, there is spirituality, there is life that is not physical, part of this life that is not physical. What if all of this life is not physical? What if what we perceive as physical is actually not real? I mean, we can go on with this for a long time, on and on and on, and never stop, but the main point, from the pragmatic point of view, of the point of experiencing life, having a good life, living a good life, is that just open yourself up to the spiritual dimension, not just with your mind, but with your soul. In here, open yourself up. Even when you think about your experiences on a daily basis, you have experience in your wakeful state, which is experience of so-called physical reality. Then you have experience in two states when you're not awake. One is your dream state, where you experience reality, which is not this physical reality, but a different physical reality that appears physical at the time when you're in a dream, appears totally real. But the person you are in a dream might not look the same as the person you are in this physical reality, and what you see around you might not be the same. The people around you might not be the same. Everything actually might be totally different. And when you wake up, when you open your eyes in sort of this physical reality, you say, oh, wow, it was a dream, unbelievable. Everything was just something totally out of this world. You see what I mean? That dream was real. That dream was your physical reality at the time when you were dreaming. The same as when you open your eyes in so-called this physical reality, this is your reality at the time when you have your eyes open and you are in sort of a wakeful state. And then when you are in a deep sleep and there is no awareness of your body, of this world, of anything at all, where are you then? Where is your reality then? there are so many different experiences, even from the point of just thinking, even from the point of just mind, acknowledging what is, what isn't, what can be, what are the things that actually can be, but we don't acknowledge them. Because everything we put focus on for us is real. If we put focus, and what we are doing in this so-called cycle from birth to death is we put all the focus of pretty much most of the focus on this perceived physical reality, and we don't put almost any focus on anything else. But if we shift our focus even a tiny bit from this physical reality, perceived physical reality, in a wakeful state, when our eyes are open and we are looking with our five senses and seeing everything, experiencing everything with our five senses, if we take focus away from that a little bit and turn it inwards towards inside, we actually sit behind the eyes as a little tiny point of consciousness, tiny point of light. Then everything becomes different. Everything sort of expands. Our experience of life expands immensely. This is how you make your life better. This is how you make the experience of your life better. This is what makes good life, how to live a good life. Shift your focus from this perceived physical reality that you're perceiving with your five senses in your wakeful state inwards. And apparent miracles will happen. They will not be miracles, but comparing it to what we experience in this awake state with our five senses, it'll be quite miraculous. And your experience of life will expand so much. It is just beyond words, absolutely beyond words, in a very positive way. This is from me for today. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.